'Tis fitting that two gods meet in battle thusly.
Go for broke. Fight! First attack. Air combo. Team aerial combo. Great. Cool. Air combo. Good. Danger. Air combo. Team aerial. Good.
I'm next. Attack!
Crawler. Assault.
Not yet!
Good. Yes.
Get ready! Maximum Spider! Having fun?
Dude. Danger.
Ultimate! Whack! Gotcha! Does what a spider can.
Level 1. Air combo. Team aerial combo. Air combo. Good. Level danger. Good.
Get ready! Maximum Spider!
Hyper combo KO.
That's the way you bring it home.
You win.
Does what a spider can. Say cheese!
So this may either come out of order, or I'll just keep this on my phone forever, forget about it, and then be like, oh yeah, I recorded this. But this is my review for Spider-Man Far From Home. There will be some footage of Spider-Man games in the background. But probably not Spider-Man PS4, depending on when I decide to upload this, because I do not have a PlayStation 4. My friend does, and I'm thinking about buying the game and just playing it on there, but I don't know. With the coronavirus and all, and him being a germaphobe as it is, I don't want to say anything negative, because I don't mean it in a negative way. I'm just, he doesn't want to be over here, and to be honest, I don't know what he'd bring over here. It's like, I suck at history. Christopher Columbus, like, just bringing diseases all the way over to America, or, no, he never actually went to America, did he? Yeah, I'm not good with history. Wherever he went, India, what the fuck ever, he brought all these diseases, or all this bacteria there that manifested into diseases. So, I don't really know what we would bring to Earl. Not saying his name. EB, and I don't know what he'd bring here. So, it's probably for the best. But yeah, he's germaphobe, and me less so, but still a germaphobe. So, But when I get a job, I'm just gonna buy a PlayStation 4 Pro, and then buy a copy of Spider-Man. I want to get a PS5 because Miles Morales will come with a copy of Spider-Man. But see, the thing is, they're saying you're gonna need a new TV for that. So hard pass. But yeah, actually my priority though, I really want to get this arcade 1-up thing, because, I mean, it'd just be such a cool conversation piece having an arcade cabinet in my room. But, on top of that, they have, a bunch of Marvel vs. Capcom ones that I want to get. I can't get them all, they're super fucking expensive, but getting 1 or 2 would be awesome. Most likely 1. And I have the money for it. Hopefully. I actually don't know, I'll have to go back and count. But I'm hoping it comes out when I get a job, so that way I can guarantee myself one of those things. Because, dude, when I get a job, I don't have bills to pay, at least right now. Sometimes I pay, I voluntarily paid some stuff, but as it stands, I just don't have bills to pay, so all of my income is disposable. However, I can't get a fucking job. For the life of me, I've tried. I've applied to literally, basically everything. There are some jobs I don't want, but I want money. Literally anything. I will do. I'll do anything within reason. But these companies or just anyone, no one is hiring me. And as you guys know, if you followed me for a while, I've been having trouble before 2020. I had Goodwill, and then I had nothing. And as soon as I was applying to jobs while I was in Goodwill, because I knew that was going to be a limited gig, so I was applying, seeing what was available, and then nothing. It was astounding. So if you guys know what, like, if any of y'all live in Texas, I'm not gonna specify my city, but I'm willing to go outside of my city a little bit. If you guys live in Texas, let me know where some good jobs. If you guys got anything. Anyways, on to the review. So Spider-Man Far From Home. This movie is fucking good. It starts off really funny. Normally Marvel movies have a hard time landing their humor, in my opinion. Like, you got Guardians of the Galaxy, Avengers Endgame, and Thor Ragnarok that land their humor really well. Almost everything lands. And if something doesn't, it's fine because they'll follow up with something that does. I'm not big on their physical humor, you know, like, I don't know, Thor walks into this Coliseum, gets decked in the face, and then he falls over, and it's like, haha, funny. Tom and Jerry shenanigans are cool in Tom and Jerry, but I'm less so on the physical stuff. Like, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But, yeah, and so, Spider-Man Far From Home has, I don't think there's any physical humor whatsoever, but you wouldn't really notice it's gone. A lot of the humor is the same as the MCU's normal shenanigans, but it just landed a lot better in this movie, in my opinion. And it got serious and kind of, I don't want to say dark, but they would go from making all these stupid jokes immediately into something serious, and it was just jarring in the best way. I don't know how to explain it. Mysterio, this video soon is full of spoilers, by the way. Now, this one isn't so much a spoiler, I guess. Like, normally it would be, but they wanted you to believe Mysterio was a good guy, and I didn't believe that for a second. My mom did. She was watching as Mysterio got the Edith goggles or whatever, glasses, and as he started doing his little rant or whatever, my mom was like, "What the fuck's happening?" And I was like, I'm not gonna. I almost said something, but I was like, just let her figure out for herself in a minute. Yeah. So he was going from making all these jokes about his projections and stuff, and then in like the very next scene, he's joking and stuff, and then suddenly they find out one of the projectors is in the hands of Peter Parker, and Mysterio is like, "Do you want a bullet in your head?" And I was just like, "What the fuck? How did we go from funny joke projector bullshit to bullets in heads?" I had to take a double take on that one, which is like, what the fuck did I just see? So, jarring in like an appropriate way. Like, he's not crazy in like the Joker sense, right? But Tony Stark apparently fired him and called him unstable, and so that scene perfectly encapsulates the character. I kind of wish we got more scenes like that, but instead they were really focused on this whole Mysterio as the hero facade, and I wasn't too down for that. It made sense for the story, but I think they focused too much on that, and too much of him on being the good guy, and then he turns suddenly, and there's no time to really soak in, oh, he's the bad guy. That and him being a hero was sort of believable for a minute. Although I do hate that the multiverse stuff is fake. Like, so Mysterio says that he's currently, or that, you know, everyone is on... Okay, that was weird. Mysterio says that everyone is on Earth 616. And then he's like, well, that was a fucking lie. And, it's like, so, y'all are in 616 or not? I'm gonna go with not, hopefully, because then you can connect this to the comics in some way. By, like, this is this Earth and the comics are 616 and stuff. But that might not be what they do. They might just pull an Arrowverse and, like, every Earth is Earth 1 when it's necessary for the plot. Like, you know, Batman and this didn't happen, okay? But let's just say, in Batman vs. Superman, at the end of the movie, Batman is, like, or talking to Wonder Woman, and they're like, so we need more heroes, huh? And Batman's like, yep. And so then Wonder Woman's like, well, we've exhausted all of our options, so I don't know what we can do. And then Batman's like, well, we live in a multiverse, everything is on Earth 1. And then you have the Arrowverse, which is now connected to the DCEU, and Barry's like, well, we've exhausted all of our options on Earth 1. And you clearly know that these can't both be Earth 1, yet somehow they're connected. The DCEU hasn't has not done anything with the multiverse, but I guarantee you they're going to call themselves Earth 1, which just doesn't mesh well with the timeline that they've put themselves in, with Ezra Miller showing up on Flash. Or Crisis, I mean, not Flash. It was on Arrow, actually. But anyways, that I could have found something way better, but I'm too stupid, so I just had to make up a scenario, and it didn't quite work out. So the so the Mysterio thing, like, so are they on 616, or is he bullshitting? Are they on Earth 1? Like, what the hell's happening? I know Marvel doesn't generally have an Earth 1. 616 is the Prime universe, but whatever. The zombie Iron Man, that was a cool touch. Dude, like, when Spider-Man invoked the, or when Mysterio invoked the whole, maybe if you were a better hero, Tony Stark would still be alive, I was like, yo, now you've gone too far. Now you fucked up. Now you fucked up. You have fucked up now. Like, I thought for sure Spider-Man was gonna go Super Saiyan or something. Huh? What are you talking about? Are you talking about Krillin? Don't you dare talk about Krillin! But, you know, like, ow. The, what's the, what the fuck was I about to say? Oh yeah, so Spider-Man gets hit by a train. Dude, Mysterio leaves Spider-Man for dead twice, and he doesn't die either time. Oh, I take that back. There's some physical humor in this movie, but it's not really, like, physical humor, really. Like, so Spider-Man, when he gets hit by the train, he wakes up in the Netherlands, and he's like, how the fuck did I get here? And, so I kind of would consider that physical humor, but it's not your Tom and Jerry stuff. Well, actually, it sounds exactly like something that would happen in Tom and Jerry. But Tom and Jerry wouldn't have handled it the same way, you know? But, yeah, also this movie says shit a lot, which is something I wasn't expecting. I thought that was kind of off limits from Disney, but I guess Sony's making this movie. Also, spoilers, but also not really. because it's not that important. Nick Fury and Maria Hill are in a lot of this movie. Well, Maria Hill less so, but, you know, Fury. And one thing that I thought was really weird, and then it's explained in the post-credit scene, post-credits, when Spider-Man is just like, yeah, I'm not saving the world this time, someone else can do it, he, in like a moment of selfishness, whatever, you know, it adds depth to the character, so fine. But Fury, or like, so Spider-Man's asking Fury, like, well, maybe some other hero can handle it, and then Spider-Man's like, Thor, and then Fury says, off-world, so Spider-Man's like, Doctor Strange. Fury's like, unavailable, which was vague, and could have done with some, like, why? Is he fighting Shuma Gorath, or is he dealing with Dormammu again? Like, what's the deal with that? I want to know what's happening. And then, he's like, well, what about Captain Marvel? And Fury's like, don't you dare invoke her name. And, I was like, what's up with that? And then at the end, it's revealed that Fury was actually Talos the whole time from, you know, the scroll from Captain Marvel. And, I was like, oh, that explains it. I mean, I don't know what the deal is, but that makes more sense than Fury saying that. It was because Talos said it. But yeah, I was like, that's the funniest thing ever. You're not doing Secret Invasion, but... because the Skrulls are the good guys now. I expect that there are some bad Skrulls and they can do Secret Invasion that way. But wouldn't it be funny if Talos just showed up on like the next season of Daredevil, assuming there was one, and he's Elektra? That'd be the funniest thing ever. He's like... because they never explained how Elektra was alive, did they? So it's just Talos the whole time. That wouldn't make any sense, but I'd love it. Alright, my phone's about to die, but I'm gonna continue. I'm just gonna run it like a marathon. So, yeah. JJ is back. J.K. Simmons, I think, is the actor. So JJ, he's back, and he doesn't say Spider-Man's a menace, which is mildly disappointing. But he does say something along those lines, because apparently Spider-Man killed Mysterio. I don't believe he's dead, but Edith implied that he was dead, I think it was. So, whatever. And Spider-Man basically is just like, well, you can't hurt me, you can't trick me anymore. Because he's talking to Mysterio, who's lying, like, he's dying on the ground. And then you hear like a gunshot and you just see Spider-Man reach out. And I thought he grabbed the bullet, and I was really confused at what happened. And then he's just like, you can't trick me anymore. And then Mysterio, he just apparently grabbed Mysterio and stopped him from shooting him. And I was like, what the... man, that's awesome. Badass. But, then Mysterio dies, and they doctor all this footage together and stuff. So then, Mysterio tells the world that Peter Parker, or that Spider-Man is responsible for everything. That, and that Spider-Man's real name is Peter Parker. So the world knows that shit. But I'm guessing the Skrulls are just gonna go in and they're gonna pull a Supergirl. You remember in like, what was it, the season finale? The first season? Cat Grant learns that Supergirl is Kara Danvers, and Martian Manhunter turns into Supergirl, and Kara is just chilling, you know? Just like, I'm not that person. Well, then, what's the thing? What's it? Pretty sure Talos, or the other Skrull lady, is just gonna turn into Spider-Man, or turn into Peter Parker. Really, it's interchangeable. So they're like, that's not the same person. That solves one problem, but it does not solve the problem of Spider-Man being public enemy number one. I mean, he killed another superhero. So, that's a problem. Now, obviously, Mysterio is the super villain, and I don't think he's dead. I think that's what they're going to do, is they're going to reveal he wasn't dead. They're going to pull a DeVoe situation. DeVoe shows up dead in Barry's apartment, and it's like, oh, that's suspicious. And then it's like, I don't know how the body got there, I swear. It's like, oh, like the story, it's your apartment. You and your wife are the only ones that have the keys. So did your wife do it? And he's like, no, it was me. It was me. I did it. She had nothing to do with it. Yeah. And then they prove that DeVoe is still alive, but they don't actually prove anything. They just fucking lied. Barry's like, if I'm gonna get out of here, I'm gonna get out of here the right way. And then they just pretend that DeVoe's still alive, even though DeVoe's body isn't. Where was DeVoe's body when Ralph was doing these shenanigans? How exactly did that work? Like, wouldn't his body still be in the morgue? Wouldn't they just go check and be like, yep, that guy's dead as fuck? Did my phone just die? No, it just timed out. Ooh, that was scary. Yeah, anyways, I think they're just gonna... Mysterio's still gonna be alive, and they're gonna resolve that plot thread relatively early in Spider-Man 3, and then they'll have a new villain. Someone that hates Spider-Man for some reason. Because, honestly, I'm kind of getting... the whole, I hate Tony Stark, so I'll exact my revenge on Spider-Man shenanigans are getting kind of old. Like, that's not exactly what happens in either case. But that's how you that's the abridged version, you know? It's like kind of a lie to not confuse people who don't know what the fuck you're going on about. It's like saying you collect the 7 Dragon Balls and you make your wish. But there's a step in between that involves a dragon. You know, I'm just giving you the abridged version. This has nothing to do, like, sometimes you have to lie to simplify things. You know, just in case so you don't confuse anyone, right? Not that people are dumb, I'm just saying, easy way to avoid confusion. Why not do it? So, anyways, yeah, I thought this movie was pretty good. It was pretty funny, like how they did the secret invasion thing. Only, it wasn't really an invasion. But it's like, oh hey, that's like that comic book story that I like. Because the Skrulls, it would be weird if Talos had negative intentions, right? That guy's a good guy. Probably even a hero. Dude, it would be cool if the Secret Invasion was actually just a Skrull civil war. That'd be neat. Oh, supposedly Spider-Man 3 is going to have Daredevil and Kingpin. Not sure I believe that. But Kevin Smith is the one who said it, and... I mean, it was almost like an accident. He's like, I'm excited for Spider-Man 3 because it's going to have Daredevil. And then he's like, I think it's going to have Daredevil. It probably won't have Daredevil. And I was like, nah, man, you fucked up now. Yeah, it better not be a recast. I suppose if it were a recast, we'd have a confirmation, right? Because, yeah, hey, it's Batman. They're casting for a Batman role. The only Batman in this universe is Daredevil. It better be Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio, because if they recast, I'm actually gonna be kind of pissed off. You can reboot, but you need to keep the cast together. They had such good chemistry. They were casted perfectly. It's perfect. Finn Jones is the only guy that I have a problem with, because honestly, his acting skills, I'm not sure they're super good. But I like Iron Fist as a show, and I like him in it. So I think, again, keep him around. He's cool. I question whether that was the right choice. He did the best. I think he did pretty good, but, like, there's something weird about that show. I know whoever plays that, one lady, that there's that really badly acted scene with, where it's like, not everything is about freaking Lun. And it's like, oh, that was terrible. Shut the fuck up. Anyways, back on the topic of this movie, it had some great revelations. At the end, like they spun the whole movie off as a happy ending, and then the mid-credit scene shows up, and you're just, because I'd seen the mid-credit scene, it was on YouTube for a while. It spoiled the movie for me, but whatever. And I'd seen the mid-credit scene, and so when I was watching the movie for the first time, I was like, how are they going to play this off as a happy ending? It was really weird. Oh, also, I didn't talk about any of the Mary Jane stuff, or Michelle, whatever the J is. She's going by MJ, but her name's Michelle. Whatever. So I hadn't talked about any of that. She finds out that supposedly she knew he was Spider-Man since like the very beginning of like Homecoming and stuff. But whatever. So she's always messing with him this whole movie. And then at the end they go for that web thing, and it's like it's a happy ending. They go swinging around, and I was surprised he was like, they shouldn't alarm you, but earlier I dropped my phone when I was swinging around. But yeah, and then the mid-credit scene comes around, and he sets Mary Jane down, and then or Michelle down, and then he leaves, and or he's getting ready to leave, and then the screen comes up, and he's like, Spider-Man, public enemy #1, and I was like, oh fuck. So yeah, that movie, I give that one a 9 out of 10. I'm tempted to give it a 10 out of 10. I'm just not sure about it, though. So we'll stick with 9 out of 10. Hope you guys enjoyed. Oh, I want to play that Spider-Man game now.
Your body and mine are the same, and it is only a matter of time before I achieve such power.